This video will provide instructions on how to properly install your ATM PitBull. To begin, you should familiarize yourself with the contents that are typically shipped with your new security system. Upon opening the shipping box, you'll notice a smaller sized box on the inside. Be sure to store the side packing should the need arise for you to return your ATM PitBull for any reason. Once you remove the smaller box, you will find the black mounting bracket located at the bottom of the shipping box. You will also find a small bag containing various bolts, washers, and nuts. Set the shipping box aside and open the smaller box with the ATM PitBull sticker on top of it. Be sure to open the box with the ATM PitBull sticker facing upwards. Inside of the smaller box, you will find the ATM PitBull Instruction Manual. Refer to this manual for operational instructions and technical support. If you purchased an optional keypad, you will find it here. The keypad allows you to initiate service mode on your ATM PitBull. If you purchased an optional key switch, you will find a bag with the key switch and its key, and another bag containing the key switch connection cable. All ATM PitBulls include a bag containing the LED panel light connection cable, the DC fuse and jumper connections, a GPS antenna, and a GSM antenna. After all of your parts and accessories have been laid out, remove the ATM PitBull carefully by sliding your fingers underneath it and gently lifting upwards. The ATM PitBull was intentionally packed tightly to provide the highest level of protection during shipment. At this point, you are ready to plug the ATM PitBull into an AC outlet and allow it to charge for 8 hours. After charging for 8 hours, proceed with the following instructions. Open the bag containing the jumpers and DC fuse. The jumper that has no wire attached to it is the dummy jumper. Plug it into the siren port. Plug the black jumpers into the door ports. Plug the yellow jumper into the key port. Then, remove the silver tape from the top left of the front panel. This exposes the light sensor. On the back of the ATM PitBull, connect the GSM antenna to the top connector. The GSM antenna is the antenna that resembles a 4-inch rod. Then, connect the GPS antenna to the bottom connector. The GPS antenna resembles a small block. Remove all 8 screws from the back plate of the ATM PitBull. Open the back panel as shown. Align the DC fuse so that the metal connection tips are positioned at top and bottom. Push the fuse into the left fuse port and rotate it clockwise about 90 degrees. As soon as you insert the DC fuse, the power light will light up. Then, the air link light will begin flashing rapidly as the unit searches for a network connection. Once a connection has been established, the air link light will flash at a slower rate. It's important to be patient as this process may take up to 20 seconds to complete. Close the back of the ATM PitBull. Be sure to feed the loose wires carefully to prevent pinching. Turn the ATM PitBull upside down to install the mounting plate. Begin by inserting the front bolts, then the back bolts. See the operator manual for more details about the mounting bracket hardware. At this time, we recommend that you utilize the reporting set of remote commands to verify proper operation of your ATM PitBull's network communications. See the operator manual for further details. Before installing your ATM PitBull into your ATM, it is recommended that you install your supplied accessories. The panel LED installation details will vary depending upon your ATM. Please refer to the relevant instructional video for your particular ATM model. The panel LED cable is identified by the red marking tape. The longest LED lead connects to the red wire in the connector. After pushing the connector in place, bend the LED lead over to prevent the connector from slipping off. Here is the procedure to install a key switch. Be sure to gather accurate measurements before drilling on your ATM.
Position the key switch as to prevent interference with existing equipment or cabinet structure, both when the door is closed and when the door is open. Review the position to make sure there will be no interference.
Use a Sharpie to mark the drill location and a punch to assist you with the drilling.
Use a 3/4 inch hole saw to carefully create the key switch mounting hole. Remove any rough edges where necessary. Clean away metal filings to prevent electrical shorts, injuries, and area contamination. Install a flat washer on the key switch before inserting the key switch as shown. Place the supplied lock washer on the key switch, then thread the 7/8 inch nut on the key switch and tighten the nut while holding the key switch in position. Connect the key switch wiring harness to the key switch by pushing the connectors onto the terminals of the key switch. Either wire can be connected to either terminal.
To install the keypad, align the provided key switch template on the inside of your ATM. Use the template to assist you with marking and drilling the holes for the keypad.
Place the keypad drilling template on the inside of the mounting surface to be sure of avoiding drilling or other obstacles. Make sure that the template is level. Use a hammer and center punch at each drilling spot to provide guides for the drill bit. Use a 7/32 inch drill bit to drill the small holes and a 1/2 inch drill bit to drill the large hole. From the outside, carefully feed the keypad wiring harness through the large hole. Position the keypad to insert the screws into the small holes from the outside of the mounting surface. Thread the nuts snugly onto the screws while holding the keypad in position. Tighten screws after verifying a level position. Use the cable management supplies to route the wiring in an orderly fashion and keep it from getting tangled or pinched in the door mechanism during the opening, closing, and locking of the safe door.
You are now ready to mount the ATM PitBull to the inside of your machine.
Disconnect any antenna cables that need to be fed from the outside to ensure adequate antenna mounting positioning. Make sure the antenna cables will not become entangled in the various mechanisms of the ATM during use, loading, or servicing. Feed the ATM PitBull power cord out through a cable access hole from the inside of the ATM. After proper antenna positioning, feed the cables back to the ATM PitBull for connection. The GSM or cell phone antenna connects to the top SMA connector, and the GPS antenna connects to the bottom SMA connector as shown on the rear panel label. Plug the ATM's power cord into the empty AC socket on the ATM PitBull. This will provide the ability to reboot the ATM remotely by using a remote command through the ATM PitBull. Position the ATM PitBull mounting bracket so that the rear hole of the mounting bracket is over the left rear bottom panel nut in the ATM. Insert the supplied half-inch bolt and flat washer and thread it loosely. Position the front hole of the mounting bracket so that it is over the left front bottom panel nut. Insert the half-inch bolt and flat washer and thread snugly. Tighten both half-inch mounting bolts using a half-inch socket and ratchet. Adjust the support screw on the right side of the mounting bracket to provide stabilizing support for the ATM PitBull.
Now that your ATM PitBull is mounted, you will need to remove the jumpers and insert the connection cables. The LED panel plugs into the LED slot, the keypad plugs into the keypad slot, and the key switch plugs into the key slot. Close the ATM door and turn the key switch once. Wait for the panel LED to change from a rapid flashing rate to a slower flashing rate. You will receive a text notification message indicating that the ATM PitBull has successfully exited install mode and is now actively securing your ATM.